All right, family. We black again with the general, man. We got some important topics we want to discuss with the people so they could be aware of what's going on right out here in their surroundings. We're gonna be talking about this police officer, former police officer, from North Carolina, who had a plot to go to New Orleans and have a mass shooting. Now his intent was to shoot black people, even though at the New Orleans Jazz Festival, okay, which is a very big festival, where over a million people come to this festival. Over a million people come to this jazz festival, and so you know, they foiled the plan to commit. And I always tell y'all about this. This is another critical issue that we don't we fail to understand that the menace is still here, the hate is still here. We live with it right around the corner from it, right next door from it. Some of you, right around and around the corner, it's there hiding, re- waiting to rear its ugly head, its evil head at any given time. I keep telling y'all about that. You see, another critical issue. You know, I say these things because I want y'all to see what we did. Gladly they foiled the plot. It'd have been another mass shooting of our people just down there to listen to some jazz, enjoy themselves. And we love our culture. You go down there listening to some jazz, having some fun, just relaxing, your guard is down, and here come one of these demons. You see, pale, we got pale demons, we got black demons too. You understand what I'm saying? We surrounded by a whole lot of demonic energy that we don't want to deal with. They hate us. They hate us. Some niggas hate theyself. That's what's happening today. Surrounded. We got to free ourselves. We got to free ourselves, man. We got to go on and to all our family over there in Africa, it's got to free yourself. You dealing with the same ignorant shit, and everybody run to the ignorancy and use that as a standard to judge everybody. We got to clean them up. Even the ones that trying to set these false flags up and put the people against one another, the ones that is for a righteous walk, they ain't for the garbage. You see, they ain't for the garbage, but we got to stand up and speak our voice. We got to put our frequency in the air and let people know we see what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? We got demons, and then we got instigators. You understand, instigators and demons, and that's trying to keep us in this cauldron of chaos. You see, to keep us in this cauldron of chaos, we got to wake up. We got to get the blueprint for Black Power. We got to move forward. Brothers got to come together, man. We got to be on the defensive at all times. That's how it is today. Brothers are not afforded leisure. You're not afforded leisure. A soldier. You's a soldier. Every black man is a soldier, nigga. You got to be ready at any given time to throw down, nigga. I don't care how old you is, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old you is. Nigga, you be 70 years old. Put something in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Be ready to throw down. Be ready to let a clip off. We can't even let you retire at 70. You got to keep thing in your pocket, goddamn it. Put some bear mace in your pocket, put something in. You understand? And if it go there, and then you had to help, you had to come on in, mace a motherfucker while we whooping. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. We had to defend our people. You know what I'm saying? We got to be able to defend our people. Man come out busting and shit. You got to be ready to rush that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of the innocent, you about 3-4 niggas got to be ready to rush his ass. You know what I'm saying? And if you had to take a couple, nigga, you just gonna have to take them. But make sure you don't die before you put your hands on his ass. Do you hear what I'm saying? Y'all rushing from all different angles. Swarm his ass. You know what I'm saying? That's how we gotta be. Or we gonna have mass casualties out here. They really, and the reason why they think they can do what they doing because we're not, you understand, we are not in that mind state. You can look at the world today. The world is a very dangerous and is war everywhere. And so when you do, you got to always, and nigga, be physically fit. You got to always be thinking about confrontation. That's part of your job as a man. Don't give a fuck what other job. You should be also a soldier. You should be working out. You know what I'm saying? You should be training. You see what I'm saying? That's just something you got to do, and it keeps you healthy and at the same time. Anyway, but it's a lot of type just like this that want to find a soft spot. And I talk about that all the time. I do. Don't nobody else talk about it. You see, you niggas get upset because you punks, only punks get upset when I talk military because I try to strategize with y'all on what's going down. You know what I'm saying? Get you some skills, get you some ideology. You know what I'm saying? Get a frequency of what it is that's going on so you can see shit ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Once you start to train yourself in of a militaristic philosophy. You know what I'm saying? It become first nature with you. You see what I'm saying? So these suckers, they always cry like like little girls, nigga, with barrettes in their fucking hair. Little girl patent leather shoes on. Give a nigga a goddamn some cotton candy, put his ass out here some damn way you know. But luckily, it was for you. But you don't know, now, anytime you go out now, you got to be prepared. It ain't like back in the day. It ain't like back in the day when motherfucker take it woman out there and she wife or lay a little blanket out on the grass, listen to some jazz and shit, and this, that, and the third, relax, bring your little wine out with you and chill and shit, that's how and relax, listen to the no, and it's a shame. But this is the world. This is the world that you live in. And brothers, you got to be prepared at all time, man. You can't take your family out and not be prepared no more. If you weak and you nigga stay in the house, damn man, stay in the house. You know, you can't even protect your family, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I train like that, nigga. I don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? And my motherfucking face be fucked up all the time. And it don't be, I just look like a nigga, a fucking a pit, nigga. I don't even be looking at nobody. I be in my own world. People say, "Damn, this nigga crazy." You know what I'm saying? I don't even be looking at no. I be in my own mind. I don't even be looking at, and I don't be trying to look. But I already be in that, motherfucker be like, damn, what's wrong with that nigga? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm be in my mind warring, sometimes. I be already envisioning and shit, more, and shit, and I'm already in there operating. Every time I vision that shit, I already be seeing shit. You know what I'm saying? Ahead of time. Or what I intend, quickly. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time to play with no nigga. You know what I'm saying? Quickly. And every time I come out victorious, I ain't gonna lie to you. You understand what I'm saying? Every time, if I had to grab whatever I get, and nigga, anything that I can grab and shit, where I'm going with it, where I'm gonna put it, and every month I know I'm like a motherfucker, a surgeon. I know where I want to go. You know what I'm saying? I know where the most damage is gonna be, and that's exactly where I'm going, and I'm going hard when I go too. You see what I'm saying? And I hate to be. I'm not saying that this is in defense. This is not to harm nobody. This is people's out here like this crazy man. that want to come out of anywhere and try to harm innocent people, and if it's not enough, militaristic minded brothers out there that could come together real quick, because automatically you supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? You know, niggas running. Yeah, I understand motherfuckers running, but sometimes motherfucker got to turn around and deal with it too. You running and all he doing is popping motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you is something, you want your, you got your family out there. You see other, you got babies and women and shit out there and shit. You sometimes you just have to turn around and 4, 5 niggas and coming in at different directions. You know what I'm saying? Rush that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be maybe 1 or 2 motherfuckers might have to lay down, but it just collapse on them. You know what I'm saying? What's 1 or 2 motherfuckers over 30, 40, women and children, shot down. You got to think like that, man. You know, you got to think like that. But if your family out there, you should be willing to give your life. If you ain't that's a man. You know what I'm saying? No man that's not willing to give his life for his family, you's a bitch. You's a bitch. I'm gonna tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Without hesitation. You see what I'm saying? You supposed to turn. Y'all head, they hit it, they see that hand, go that way. And you supposed to turn around and do whatever you got to do to deal with it, nigga. You see what I'm saying? You in there hiding and shit. No, nigga, but see, when the brothers link, then you will be successful because it'll be enough brothers they'll know to collapse down in enough numbers that they're gonna get to him. You know what I'm saying? You got to know that. And once they learn that brothers is military minded like that and they moving like that, they like bees. They like ants. They like them army ants. They all in unison. They know when an enemy and they just hit his ass. You know what I'm saying? They hit him in droves. They don't want to. When they know the enemy is in the hide, they all come. You know what I'm saying? They hit his ass. It'd be hundreds of them hitting his ass. You know what I'm saying? The ant, they come, they hit their ass. They come in drove. We got to think like that because this is the days and times that we living in. I thank y'all family for being in here with the general. I'm gonna keep moving. Get over there to Patreon, support the general. Nobody is dropping it like we dropping it over here. Been dropping it over here. Stay black, y'all. See y'all in a minute. Black Pop.